That sounded like a knock. That was another knock.
There's just a flash of light down there. What was that? Oh, there it is again. Oh my god. What the f was that? We heard a noise and Yeti starts growling.
A very large human thing walked up to my tent.
Every terrifying survival story begins with sounds you simply cannot explain. Whether it is a spirit box warning of danger in a pitch-black forest, or an unknown massive creature answering your calls across the valley. These moments capture the terrifying reality of a Bigfoot encounter. If the dark woods started speaking back to you, how far would you go to find the truth? On November 8th, 2024, the YouTube channel Exploring with Angelo, known for filming remote trips and unusual encounters, returned to the wilderness of Harrison Hot Springs in British Columbia. This time, Angelo was not alone. He was joined by Kimberly as they headed into an area known for Bigfoot sightings. At first, it felt like a simple overnight camping trip in a place he already knew, but as time went on, things slowly started to feel less clear and harder to explain.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new adventure. Old place. Probably the most famous hotspot in the entire country of Canada for Sasquatch. I have somebody with me. You will see her later on. Hopefully she gets comfortable being on camera. Let's go past that. So basically, Harrison Hot Springs. So, Kimberly, tell the good people, you've been here before. Mm-hmm. When was the last time you were here? You came a month ago? Yeah. And? Nothing? Is that you came just to hang out, or like actually look? He'll show up. Exactly. Or she. You can't. It's 2024, but all right. I was looking for the statue. I remember where the heck it was.
Angelo arrives back in Harrison Hot Springs, a place many people connect with past Bigfoot sightings and strange stories. Kimberly is with him, which is different from his usual solo trips. In the beginning, everything feels calm. Snow covers the ground, and the lake looks still and quiet in the cold air.
What was it, October 25th?
Yeah.
So there's a lady who came through this area. She was from Langley, and apparently she came into this area. Apparently she went to Hicks Lake at one point, and then they found her car somewhere, or her minivan, and she has not been seen since. And I don't think, like, she was, 82 years old? Yeah. Like, who knows what happened to her? Did they say, like, did she have, like, Alzheimer's or something? So strange. Like, how does somebody just, their car gets found, but the person's not there? Now, we got, like, two things to kind of look out for. A possible missing 82-year-old woman, Bigfoot, and Sasquatch. So that's her van. What the hell? She's, like, off the road, kind of, right?
Yeah.
So there is a lady out here somewhere. We don't know if she's in this area, but somehow she ended up near here at one point, Forest Service Road. Nobody knows what happened to her.
As they go deeper into the area, Angelo talks about a recent case. An 82-year-old woman went missing here. Her car was found, but she was never seen again. Hearing this changes the mood. The place no longer feels just quiet. It starts to feel uncertain.
All right, well, it was worth a shot, I guess. So we can't go up there? Because I thought I heard something from back there. Okay, well, I'm going to bring the drone back in the meanwhile. And it's going to take a moment to come back down here, because apparently I decided to fly over 300 meters up. There's something, like, around the drone. I didn't bring it all the way down yet. That beeping, that's like something going near it. Hey, Mr. Bird, do not attack my drone. Like, there's actually, like, something, like, around the drone. Like, I'm not near any of the trees.
They continue driving into more remote areas after finding some roads blocked. Angelo flies a drone to check the surroundings. During the flight, the drone keeps giving warning signals, as if something is interfering with it. But when they look at the footage, nothing unusual can be clearly seen.
So what I was trying to find was there was a road up there, and I remember when I went back, what the hell was that? There was just a flash of light down there. What was that? Oh, there it is again. It's like on the other side of the lake. There it is again. I'm not really sure what to make of that. Is that like a SOS or something? Yeah, I was gonna say, we were looking for, like, this one road, and I remember I went up it last time, And that was a spot where the guy, he told me his brother saw what he thinks was a Bigfoot. So I kind of wanted to go back in there. So we're going to try and figure it out on the way back out. And then I think we'll go and stop at that. I don't know what's over there. Maybe I'll ask Kimberly and see what she says. Just as soon as I can find her. Oh, you're over there. Hey, come check this out. A random light across the lake that's flashing. I don't know what it is. Huh. See, the problem is when you're driving up the road, it's very dense. It doesn't look like a boat. No, it's actually on land. I don't know what to make of that. It could just be nothing, or maybe somebody's SOSing us. Look, there's like a light flashing on the other side. I'm trying to figure out if it's like an SOS or... I know the light's a little bit bright, but... Do you see that? Right there. Is there like a road there? Not sure.
I have no idea. I haven't been over there.
Yeah. I don't know, it just seems kind of... like it's flashing faster. Now it stopped, but it was flashing faster.
Later, they stop near a lake as it starts getting dark. Across the water, they notice a flashing light. It does not look random. The pattern seems steady. Angelo and Kimberly wonder if it could be a signal. Maybe someone trying to get attention or ask for help.
So I do think the area itself is actually haunted as well. And might as well run a spirit box just for like a couple minutes. Let's try the necrometer. We've been getting some really interesting stuff on there. So last time we were getting some weird stuff, and I'm trying to figure out if it was paranormal or like actually Bigfoot. It just sounded like something was moving through there, and it sounded kind of big. There are bears. I probably should have my gun with me just in case, but... Okay, I just heard a moan again. What the f was that? Kind of sounded like it came from this way. Hello? Damn, it's getting so cold out here. Are we even getting anything on here? Oh, we are. Does it say wide, warning, danger, and pretentious? Well, what is the warning of danger? Why am I being warned? I wonder though, is it like a warning from like some native spirit? Are you from a long time ago? For some reason the volume is off. I don't know why. Now I got kettle. I got into pieces? What the fuck?
Reverberation of time.
Reverberation of time. So this was native land. I mean, if anybody's gonna know what's out here, it would be, you know, the
19.
natives. Considering Bigfoot is a native. What's unthinkable?
Bunny bear.
Bunny man? I don't know what that is. That's a weird one. Standing? What's standing? I don't know why, but I get the feeling like there's something out in this direction.
As night falls, they move into a darker part of the forest. Angelo turns on a spirit box device. Words start coming through, including danger and standing. Even if the device is not always reliable, hearing those words at that moment makes the situation feel more tense.
I keep hearing like a moan. I don't know what that is. Oh my god. What the f was that? What the f was that? Did you hear that? Oh, that startled me. Something like stomped like towards me.
Not long after, a loud sound breaks the silence from the trees nearby. It sounds like something heavy moving or making a low noise. Angelo reacts right away and tries to find where it came from, but the darkness makes it impossible to see anything.
What the f? Let's see if we hear it again. Yeah. So something just like, almost like screamed essentially.
Where did it come from?
So we just heard something that sounded like... That I think was a bird.
Don't ever make that noise again.
That's more or less like what it sounded like, right? I don't know, that was fucking loud.
That
though.
was weird.
And it was really close too. It was literally like there's a tree
Right over there.
line. So you guys see what I'm talking about. So just like back there is where we heard it from. It sounded like something called out over there, and then something responded on the other side.
After not finding anything, they go to their campsite and start a fire to stay warm. While sitting there, a sharp call suddenly echoes from the forest. A few seconds later, another sound comes from a different direction. The timing makes it feel like something is responding, not just random noise. With very little visibility and the temperature dropping, Angelo and Kimberly decide to leave. Some viewers think the sounds could be normal wildlife in the area. Others notice how the timing and direction seem unusual. If those sounds were actually responses, then what was really out there that night? Hold on a sec. If you're enjoying this so far, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Let's continue. The next video comes from Man Dog Wild, a UK-based bushcraft and wilderness survival channel. The channel documents solo camping trips in remote forests and mountain regions, covering tarp shelters, off-grid overnights, and real-time outdoor survival, all alongside the creator's dog. The date is December 3rd, 2024, somewhere in a remote wilderness area.
Camp tonight, but it's not lightweight because of all the water and dog food and the sleep system we're using tonight. It's just, there's no point in laying it out this early. We don't want that, so it's coffee time.
Getting into camp wasn't easy. The pack was heavy, loaded with water and supplies for the dog, and the weight made every step harder before anything was even set up. Once he finished scouting the area, he chose a spot on an open overlook with a clear view of the forest and the mountain range stretching out ahead. It wasn't the most sheltered place to sleep, but it gave him full visibility in every direction. The sleeping area sat right out in the open, with almost nothing between it and the terrain around it. For a while, things stayed quiet. Then a sound came from the hillside. The dog heard it first. She went stiff, locked her attention on something just beyond the edge of camp, and didn't move. That was the first real sign something was off.
It's up there. Yeti. Oh, good. Oh, she's disappeared now. Cool. So we heard a noise, and Yeti starts growling. And there was some eye shine at the top of the hill looking down at us.
A short time later, possible eye shine appeared on the higher ground above. No shape, no clear movement, just a faint reflection at a distance, visible just long enough to notice before it was gone. Then, the dog did something unexpected. Instead of moving toward whatever was out there, she backed away from it. That wasn't normal. Dogs don't usually retreat from something they're simply curious about. It looked more like she wanted distance from it.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was DC, because she knows this area pretty well now. So, yeah, it wouldn't surprise me, but... And Yeti's taken off, so... Maybe it is DC, but I think she would have approached. Maybe it was a fox. Don't see too many foxes there.
More sounds followed from across the hillside. Brush shifted. Something snapped underfoot. Quiet movement continued through the dark. Nothing came into view, but the sounds kept coming. Enough to suggest something was still out there, still moving through the trees. What stands out here isn't any single moment. It's how the signals stack up. Sound first, then the dog's reaction, then possible eye shine, then more movement. Animals don't usually avoid something they're simply curious about. Whatever was on that hillside, it made the dog want distance instead. What do you think was watching them from up there? Based in the US, Exploring with Bear is a solo wilderness camping channel that documents overnight stays in deep remote forests. The filming style is raw and handheld, capturing real-time audio from isolated locations, sometimes connected to local cryptid folklore. On April 6, 2026, the creator is alone somewhere in the Smoky Mountains, United States.
That sounded like that was another knock. Shh. No frickin' way, man.
He sent vocal calls out into the dark forest and waited. Almost immediately, knocking sounds came back. That alone was enough to make him stop. The responses weren't coming from one spot. They were coming from different directions within the tree line, as if something was moving between positions out there.
It's bigger than I thought it was. That was decently big. That just stepped and broke a twig. It's somewhere down in that thicket of mess. Oh my goodness. What if I already come up on a bear? Or Bigfoot? A wood booger? That was a big I just heard it move again. What? No.
He tried it again. The same thing happened. He called out, and knocks returned from the hillside. That repetition changed everything. One knock can be explained away, but the same pattern coming back more than once starts to feel less like coincidence and more like something responding on purpose.
In the tent, and it just started raining. And I'm deep in the Smoky Appalachian Mountains on an abandoned road. Oh boy. I get my bag in the tent. That's it.
Then the sounds changed. Whistles traveled through the mountains. Not long after, a deep growl rose from somewhere below the ridgeline. The timing was hard to ignore. It came right after he reacted to the environment around him, almost like something was reacting back.
No frickin' way. Oh, there it was. It said it again. No way, man. No frickin' way. Did you hear that? These mountains are ridiculous. That said help. Oh, that's crazy. Oh, this is so spooky, man. Alright, so this is what I want. I want you guys that have knowledge and experience of Appalachia. What kind of crazy experience?
Then something happened that stood apart from everything else. A sound from deeper in the forest below didn't match anything in the environment. It resembled a voice. No source came into view. Nothing moved that could be seen. But it didn't sound like an animal or the wind or a branch. It sounded like speech.
It's scratching. It's scratching the ground. Oh no, no freaking way, man. That was a growl. Oh, it just growled. It's growling.
After that, whatever was out there got closer. Scratching started just outside the tent. Then a growl came from right beside the tent wall. The distance was gone. It was no longer somewhere out in the trees. It was right there, on the other side of the fabric. Then the tent was struck from the outside. That changed things completely. It was no longer just sound in the forest. Something had made direct contact with the camp itself. The whole night moved in one direction. Distant knocks, then movement, then vocal sounds, then contact at the tent. Nothing was ever seen. By morning, the forest went completely silent, leaving everything that happened tied only to what was heard. What makes this one different is the progression. Each stage moves closer than the last, and the sounds shift from random noise to something that feels like it's responding. A growl beside a tent wall and a strike from outside aren't easy to explain away. What do you think was moving through those mountains that night? Ash K runs a wilderness exploration channel built around remote off-grid camping, bushcraft survival, and isolated overnight stays deep in forest environments. The channel regularly documents real-time reactions to unexplained sounds and movement encountered during these trips. This particular footage is from October 5th, 2024, in a remote North American forest.
Be like, good morning. So here we are starting the day off with what, Zach?
Should I just make the coffee or tell about the night?
You can tell about the coffee and your night.
I have some Manuka honey I'm adding in. I also have some pure mushrooms as
The video doesn't start in the middle of the night. It starts the next morning. But even in the daylight, something is clearly still bothering the camper. They're calm on the surface, but the way they talk about the night before makes it clear they didn't sleep well. They had been awake for a long time, feeling uneasy, unable to relax. That feeling sets up everything that comes next.
awake for about, 10 minutes. And I was thinking about what transpired during the night. And I was completely wide awake. And as I got a little bit emotional about what happened with my dog earlier, a very large human thing walked up to my tent while I was wide awake. I started hollering.
Then they get to the part that actually happened. Sometime during the night, while they were fully awake, something came toward the tent. The footsteps were heavy. They shouted outward, loud enough to be heard, and tried to wake their companion at the same time. That was the moment everything shifted from a bad feeling into a real event.
I kept hearing this dog tinging, just like we heard the last time, and he's not moving. He's sleeping right beside us. And what did I say, Ash? You're not taking my dog. And when I said that...
After that, the dog stopped resting. It went alert and moved closer to the camper. The timing is worth noting because the dog reacted to something, and it lined up with exactly what had just occurred.
It was like, I don't know, he was reading Zach's mind before he even said it. So at the same time, all of a sudden, I turn around to look at Zach. He's that concerned, and he could feel it. Like Tucker himself could feel.
Yeah, and then Tucker was sleeping in the tent with me, and...
Once things settled, they tried to make sense of it. But there was nothing to look at. The whole encounter lived entirely in sound and in how it felt in the moment. By the time the conversation ends, nothing is resolved. The night stays unexplained. What holds this one together is the sequence: unease before sleep, footsteps in the dark, a shout outward, then the dog shifting closer without any prompt. Each piece follows the last in a way that's hard to write off as coincidence. What do you think was walking toward that tent in the middle of the night? That's all for tonight's video. Which encounter gave you chills? Let us know in the comments below. Got your own experience? We want to hear it. And whatever you do, don't miss what's coming next.